Body cam footage begins just outside where the first officer is stepping in through the door, hands already raised with caution. The room looks like any other until you focus on the bed. The mattress is slightly lifted at the corner. The smell already unbearable. The housekeeper had found the woman wrapped in a sheet, placed under the mattress like an afterthought, hidden but not buried. Her face was bruised. Her body showed signs of trauma. The scene was quiet, but the weight of violence still lingered in the air. Officers quickly cleared the room and sealed it off. Yellow crime scene tape was strung across the hallway. Additional units arrived, followed by detectives. This wasn't a suicide. It wasn't accidental. It was a murder, and the killer had walked away without a trace.
Oh, man. I did that. Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Might as well get out of there.
Alright, guys, watch your step. Don't touch anything. Might try to clean up this bleach in there.
10-4.
Detectives moved in swiftly. Every square foot of the room was examined. The bedsheet was soaked. The woman was clearly deceased. Time of death was estimated to be 12 to 24 hours earlier. No ID was found on her, no purse, no phone, but there were signs of recent occupancy: 2 toothbrushes, an open suitcase, leftover takeout. Someone else had been staying there. Who was this woman, and where was the person who had shared this space with her?
All that stuff, somebody tried to do some serious fighting. Yeah. I mean, nobody wraps someone up like that underneath the bed and they just died naturally. No. Yeah. Are you guys taking over from the crime scene?
We're just taking a whole report, but what you need, you want to
Okay. No.
Is there anybody in 216?
I knocked, nobody answered.
No one answered at this point.
I don't know if anyone's in there or not. The only thing I did, fire brought up the box spring. The mattress was the way it was when we arrived. The only thing that was down was the box spring, and fire lifted it up when the maid pointed that she was under the bed.
Officers went door to door throughout the motel. Guests in neighboring rooms were questioned, but most had heard nothing unusual. No screaming, no signs of a fight. The people next door had seen a man entering and leaving the room earlier that week, but couldn't recall his name. Some remembered a woman, others didn't. The front desk was also no help initially.
Somebody did something. I mean, she's always up here making a fool of herself. That's all I know.
Was she with anybody?
Overall, always sits outside the report.
Okay.
So,
Did you guys see her with anybody else yesterday, or
I didn't see her with anybody.
nobody? And you didn't
she's
hear
always just with that one young boy.
one young boy? Do you know his name? You know what he looks like?
Skin right there? I don't know.
Blonde hair, black hair,
Brown, I think.
brown, white male?
I really don't know. Other people tell me. I just like, I don't want to get my drama, so I don't care.
All I know is it's some young kid.
Is it a white male, black male, Hispanic?
It's white guy.
White guy?
But then you see white guys, you see black guys, you see
Oh, yeah.
Mexican guys.
Undeniably, there's guys
So
that
those
Come
guys
to
coming
see
in and
her
out.
all the time.
undeniably, there's guys
Because
that
I'm constantly telling,
But
mind
she's
your own
always
business,
with
stay
as a
away
white
from
guy,
these
like,
people.
Okay.
on a consistent basis.
Do you remember how tall he is roughly?
5'8", 5'9", probably.
5'8", 5'9"?
Probably.
So basically it's pretty much always a ruckus over here.
Yeah.
I talked to the neighbors next door. They say it's constant in and out of drug addicts.
Okay.
But she's normally with some white guy who's about 5'8", 5'9". So that's about all they can tell me.
Don't know her name?
I haven't even.
No, did the people know her name?
I don't think so.
Okay.
They just know she was here saying they're all geeked out on drugs, constantly falling down the stairs.
The CCTV system was not operational. The one camera that faced the hallway had been down for weeks. Without surveillance and no ID, the investigation hit a standstill. Just when things seemed to stall, detectives checked the manual check-in logbook kept by the hotel manager. Jennifer Pergolizzi, listed as the guest. The staff confirmed she had checked in with a man, her boyfriend. A second name was scribbled beside hers, Stephen Cozens. Jennifer had been living at the hotel temporarily. She and Stephen had been seen together frequently in the past couple of weeks, but no one had seen either of them in the last day or so until the housekeeper made her discovery. Jennifer Pergolizzi was now the victim, and Stephen Cozens was missing.
Oh, they're all unplugged.
How come all the cameras are unplugged?
Yeah, that one's unplugged. The one down there is unplugged.
Every one of them. All of them are. All of them.
Said they've been staying for a month. Hey, Sergeant Jones, you still have the paperwork when she checked in? What time? When did she check in? The 21st.
Wear red shorts, but they said he always goes down to the lobby every morning or every other morning with coffee. Okay. So if we don't have him on video here, if they have the video camera in there, we might take them on those cameras.
When Jennifer identified, the search for Stephen intensified. A BOLO, be on the lookout, was issued. Local transit stations, bus terminals, and nearby businesses were alerted. Detectives circulated his image to nearby stores and patrol units canvassed the area. Hours later, a breakthrough came from a tip. A man matching Stephen's description had been spotted walking near a local shopping plaza just under a mile from the hotel. Officers moved in fast. Body cam footage shows officers approaching a disheveled man and he doesn't resist. When asked for ID, he quietly complies. The name, Stephen Cozens. He's handcuffed and placed into the back of a patrol car.
The lady who says he's in this area right now says that.
Yeah, I'm just going to push up a little bit.
I just talked to him 5 minutes ago.
This way,
He's over
because
there by
that
the big
pond
shop.
opens up to residential.
Well, the best thing to do is fucking get out in plain sight and put your hands up. Hey, this is where he's gonna be in here.
Yeah, they're east side.
He's gonna be in here. Guarantee it. Show me your hands, bro. Show me your hands. Come out. Come out now. Come on out. Walk to me now. Walk up. He's sitting right here. Make sure you got your hands in view. Hey, hey.
No, come here. Right to me.
Hey, hey. Hey, pick that up for him. Cigarette.
Hey, can you get gloves?
Inside the precinct, he's brought to an interrogation room. He's offered water. He remains calm, emotionless. Detectives begin their questioning, and slowly, the story begins to unravel.
Woman.
So what's your story, man? I gotta know, because you're a pretty slim guy. You got a problem with drugs? Okay, how long? Most of your life? Because you were a pretty big dude. One time you looked husky. Big. You know? What's your drug of choice?
Heroin.
Heroin. Fentanyl. Man. Russian roulette, man. What is it you think you're here for? Okay. And who is the person that you murdered? Okay. All right. So we got the hard part out of the way. Just tell us what happened. We have a pretty good timeline, but just break it down for us.
Me and her were arguing, and she says that I was cheating on her with an invisible woman.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. And she tried to stab me.
Okay. Let's see what you got there. Don't take them off. That's what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
We'll
slices in my
okay. We'll look at them later. That's fine. Obviously, you and Jennifer, you're at the hotel, right? You're in the room. And what are you doing when this starts?
She was getting high on crack.
Okay. And you were doing what?
Laying in bed.
You were laying in bed. Okay. And is she in the same bed with you? Okay. And there are 2 beds in the room? Okay. One closest to the door or the one closest to the bathroom?
Closest to the bathroom.
Okay. So you're laying in bed, she's laying in bed, and she starts in with this invisible people, you're having an affair. Okay. And then what happens?
She tries to attack me because she's tired of me being a scumbag.
Okay.
And I defended myself.
Okay. And describe that. What happened?
Well, I pushed her off of me and I got the knife and I stabbed her.
Okay. All right. She was just on your ass and wouldn't let up. Every day. Yeah, like a chihuahua. You know, like a barking dog nipping at you. You know? I understand.
How many times do you think you stabbed her? You recall? A lot. Okay.
So what's going on in this moment? Okay. So you've disarmed her. She's tried to stab you. You've disarmed her. She is. You now have the knife. Okay. And are we on the bed still? You're on the floor. Where at?
In between the beds.
In between the beds. Okay. And you're on top of her at this point? Okay. And what is she wearing?
She had a white shirt on.
Okay.
And some shorts.
White shirt and shorts. And then what'd you do?
Tried to cover it up.
Okay. Describe to me. So you tried to cover it up. What does that mean? Tried. Okay. All right. And what did you do?
Used the towels, the wipe the floors, and everything. Took the bed sheets and wrapped her.
Okay.
And then I stuffed her under the bed.
Okay. And you did that.
One closest to the door.
Right. And you did that by yourself? Okay. And did you use a cleaner? No. So we found a bottle of Fabuloso in there.
That's from the cleaning ladies.
They're saying it's not theirs.
It's not mine.
Okay. All right then. I believe you. Okay, so you didn't use anything to try to clean up. You just water and towels. Did you use any clothing? Did you throw any clothing out when you were done? Because the room looks vacant, right? So did you have clothing in there and Jennifer had clothing in there? Okay, so obviously you took your stuff with you. And where's your clothing? Okay. Did you tell anybody what happened? No, you just kept it to yourself. Even when you were with them today? Did they know something was up?
They could kind of tell.
Right, from your demeanor?
That, and then just all the cops everywhere.
Right. You know, funny story. So we're out there, and the whole time I know you're nearby. Right? It's bugging me. I'm like, this happened.
Were you at Chevron?
No, I was in a pickup truck.
So were you talking about the Chevron station?
Yeah, but right in front of Walmart.
Were you there?
No.
Okay.
But because I knew you were in Walmart at 3 something, and then I think you were at Chevron around 4, and I'm like,
Hey, Brian.
yeah, I'm like, he's around here somewhere. You know, I couldn't figure out, I just couldn't find any place you had to go, right? You didn't really have any transportation, and I figured you had little to no money, and so that's when I had everybody regroup, and I said, we got to find the guy. He's around here somewhere. The fact that you didn't run, told me, I felt very confident that you were going to own it, and you were going to talk to us. And because, you know, even if I thought you were going to be a we'd have still brought you food. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we deal with a lot of terrible people, and I'm not saying you're one, because I think the gravity of this is weighing on you pretty heavy. So listen, man, here's the deal, okay? Obviously, you're going to get charged with murder, okay? It's going to be second-degree murder, okay? It's not first degree. You know, obviously, you're not dumb, you know, we recorded all of this, and we record that to protect you and us, okay? Our crime scene people are gonna come over, they're gonna take some photos of you, okay? So there's gonna be some things some process, you're gonna be here for a little while, okay?
Truth. Stephen eventually admits that there had been a fight. They argued. Voices were raised. At some point, he says, she pushed him. He pushed back. She fell, hit her head. He insists he didn't mean to kill her. But instead of calling 911, he panicked. He wrapped her in a bed sheet, slid her under the mattress, packed a bag, and left. He stayed nearby, sleeping outside and trying not to be seen. He had no plan, just fear. But the medical examiner's report tells a different story. Jennifer hadn't simply fallen. She had blunt force trauma to the head and signs of strangulation. There were bruises on her neck, defensive wounds on her hands. She had fought back. This wasn't panic. This was murder. The community was stunned by the crime. Jennifer's family, devastated, described her as kind, loving, and full of life. She had recently been going through a rough patch, seeking housing and stability, but had been trying to get her life on track. Her decision to stay at the hotel had been temporary. She likely never imagined it would become the last place she'd see. Stephen Cozens was charged with second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. He remains in custody, awaiting trial. What began as a quiet hotel morning turned into a murder scene. What should have been just another checkout became a death investigation. Now carries a memory no one in the hotel will forget. Jennifer Pergolizzi's life ended in a place meant for rest, and the man she trusted most walked away like nothing happened.